Всем привет, всем здравствуйте, добро пожаловать на мой YouTube канал. Мы продолжаем проходить игру Hogwarts наследие. У нас сегодня 4-я часть, 4-я серия, так скажем, этого сериала волшебного. Вот. Присаживайтесь поудобнее и желаю вам приятного просмотра. Мы начинаем. Так, чё мне тут сразу задание накидали? А, голубиная почта. Ой, совиная почта. Как я? Где она? Вот она. Нифига. Что ты хочешь? Хорошо. А ты чё? Хорошо. А ты что говорила? А ты что, 2 раза со мной? Зайди мне. Ага. Что такое? О, тут задание-то накидали. Хорошо. Хорошо. Посетите. Посетите занятия по травологии. Это основное, да? Давай-ка мы пока основной сюжет сейчас тормознем. Чуточку. Чуточку тормознем. Сейчас побочечки сделаем.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
Ага. Чё? Я понял. Ну погоди, дай-ка я. Отставить. Подождите. А нахрена я сюда? Ну. Все добро. Еще задание мне кинули. Реально? Еще задание, отлично. Встретитесь с Натти. Вот те Натти. А нафиг тогда вообще несешь книги? Так бы как... Опа, пропустил поворот. Заклинанием просто бы они висели в воздухе бы и все. Так, что светится? Ну-ка. Стоять. Я что-то обнаружил. Сюда иди. Давай. Все.
Hello, Lucan. Is the final round across wands ready?
Big match today. It all comes down to this. The moment that we find out if your training and dedication is enough to win it all. Ready for a shot at glory?
Давай. Непременно.
I certainly am.
Brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
Давай, Себастьян.
Yes,
Я его подставил тут.
Then let's get started.
Я тут случайно подставил.
We can make this a real victory.
Ну что за хрень?
That's
the spirit.
4. А чё вы всем классом бы пришли тогда? Так. А, все, я понял.
Leviosa. Is that all you've got? Confringo. Incendio.
На нахрен.
Leviosa.
А чё ты стоишь-то, дурень? Ждёшь, пока я того наколпачу? Ну ладно. Тогда тебя буду добивать. Ух ты. А чё вы стоите-то? Ну так неинтересно же. Ну давай, пошли. О. Ой.
Incendio. Leviosa. Come on.
Ну, скучно, это неинтересно.
Big hits that round.
Но они стоят в своем кругляшке этом.
What a victory! You've won the tournament!
It was mostly luck, that's all.
Please, you wouldn't have got this far on luck alone. Now, to the victor goes the prize!
Чё за приз?
And so it is my great honor to present you with this simple yet elegant token of supreme dueling accomplishment.
I'm flattered, but I don't deserve such an honor.
Come now, you're the undisputed winner. You should revel in your accomplishment. Now that we've definitively crowned the tournament winner, I suppose I should get back to my schoolwork. Wonder how my herbology plants are doing. I haven't tended them in ages.
Чё за приз? Так. Теперь мне... Ой, не-не-не-не-не, отставить. Задание где-то сбоку, вот они. Тренировка... Вот, давай комбинацию еще мы здесь пока рядышком стоим. Ну-ка, не уходи далеко. И опять тебя.
Hello, Lucan. I'd like to practice with the training dummy.
Excellent idea. This time will be a
Давай.
bit more of a challenge.
Давай попробуем.
Ready?
Да?
That'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. I'll set things up. Remember to cast all the spell combinations before the dummy lands again. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Так. Охренеть, давай, 4.
Accio. Incendio. Leviosa.
That's it.
Ну и чё, все? Так, значит мы нажимаем. Ой! Чуть борчанул. Дай-ка иди сюда поближе.
Leviosa. Accio. Incendio.
Уф. Запомнить бы всю эту штуку. Так, значит, так.
Accio. Incendio. Leviosa.
У меня она еще не готова. А как у меня еще не готова она? Помедленнее может тогда его впаивать? Ну-ка. Отойди. Куда-то отойди от меня. Так, давай. Раз.
Incendio. Leviosa. Accio. Incendio.
Ну да, тут надо с паузами.
Nicely done. Impressive wand work. I'd hate to face you in a duel.
It was only a training dummy.
True, but it's a difficult dummy. Believe me, I know. Seriously, well done. Training dummies will think twice before challenging
Ну
you
вот я этого и
again.
добивался, чтобы
Even though
манекены
you won the tournament already,
ссались.
I'm glad to see you haven't stopped training. Stay sharp, my friend.
Так, все, да? Отлично. Отлично. Теперь что у нас? Так, что тут мне коллекцию предлагают опять? Отлично, спасибо. Супер. Так, ладненько, задание. Погнали сюда. И куда идти? Я куда идти-то? Это в принципе. Это в принципе в каком-то бою. Все, да, понял. Пойдем на травологию. Я думал, это сейчас. А это в битве. Надо было в этом, когда скрещиванные палочки, вот это я в дуэли был. Надо было поуклоняться там. Но травологию-то мне надо срочно, у меня проблемы с микстурками. Ешь слизней. Чисто на пару опаздываешь, когда? Ну-ка, тут нет ничего. Ладно, смотрите мне. В ботаническом теплица, все вижу. Телефон сдаем, чтоб на парах никто не снимал ничего.
Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie.
Oh, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Ой, да бросьте вы. Что началось-то?
We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears.
Да, это по фильму орут жестко. Или не они?
Now, everyone, grip their mandrake tendrils
Да,
and give it a
они орут жестко. Мандрагора. Вот они. Так, сел. Сел, заткнулся.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease.
Так, а зачем мы его вынимали, и в другой горшок сували? Типа смысл?
I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone.
Чё? Все, пара кончилась? Ну-ка стоять.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
И с кем мне разговаривать? С тобой? Давай перетрем с тобой сперва.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange.
Ну ладно. Разговаривайте.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the magic neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is
Давай,
bound to
давай.
bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Жалко, озвучки на русском нету. Приходится читать. Только на эти смотреть. На буквы, блин. Так, чё? Хотелось бы все осматривать. Ну да ладно. Так, что у меня есть? Вот это? Выбираем. Ну и чё? Дальше что делаем? Будет готово через 9 минут 50. Прикольно. Все?
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now,
Прикольно.
what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to
Давай,
accompany me.
пошли.
Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Где этот?
Hello.
Пойдем.
Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. Oh, nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh. Well,
Here
И
we
вот
are.
в такие моменты надо
Home of the
бежать
Chinese chomping cabbage.
и слушать, и читать, блин.
Go on. Grab a few of those. Now, see that dummy?
Че, все собрать?
Just toss the cabbages at it.
А сколько надо собрать?
Rest.
Я сейчас все соберу. А ты кто? Ну и что надо делать?
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters.
А, это только один манекен, мне еще таких два надо.
Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class.
Пойдем.
Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Что это такое? Ух, я сейчас весь тут садовник соберу. Соберу. Есть еще? Эх, ладно, пошли. Садовник. Сад. Тьфу-тьфу-тьфу, ошибся. Я садовник, весь сад соберу вот так. Так, опять мне к этой тетушке надо подойти. Не отвлекаю?
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad.
Чуть подлезал.
Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your
Чуточку.
garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Так. Травологию мы изучили.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only costing my...
Что у нас теперь? О. Погнали. На 500! Ты чё, блин? Ну ладно, пошли. Встретитесь, кстати. Ну-ка, я же могу сейчас, чтобы не бежать через весь зал, да, сейчас? Ух, нифига себе. А как этими штуками, интересно, А, ну вот они, отметочки. О, я же могу. Что я могу сделать? Хорошо. Всего-то 200 осталось пробежать. О, там Гриша живет. Хагрид.
Revelio.
Сюда иди. Чисто вломился в хату, обокрал. И дальше пошел. Опа. А там что? Мне туда что-то хочется. Что-то какой-то тут.
Revelio.
Не, ладно, пойдем. Мне, значится, надо... Или вот это мне надо? Вот так мне надо, да, походу, было сделать? Нет? Зачем туда это я сделал? Ладно, потом разберусь. Ой-ой-ой. Хысь.
I should investigate.
В смысле, нам еще 70 идти? Куда смотреться? Там осмотримся. Опа, там рыба. Так.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Ну.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you,
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
Ой.
I've never met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
A bit odd. The two of them pursuing a Hogwarts student so intently. But whatever the reason, you were clearly in danger. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of
Давай
us.
лучше поговорим, правда.
Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll. And Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabili land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own, and the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss... I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out.
Давай осторожнее.
In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you,
А то
Natty.
будут... Возможно, будет так.
Be on your guard.
Будут стрелять в меня, а попадут в вас.
What's going on here?
Конечно, мне же интересно, что там происходит. Вы чё до деда докопались? Вы чё, блин?
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Mr. Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
Опа!
Leave her alone.
Stupefied!
Ну все, 2 на 2, хлестаемся. О, как раз сейчас. На нахрен, на нахрен, на нахрен. Ну-ка, дай-ка я увернусь. Опа! Мне как раз надо 10. Давай еще раз. Опа! О. Мать, погоди, дай ты. Ну ладно, дай-ка я ему тоже накину. А, в отведенное время. Куда пошел? Опа. Сюда идем. Давай, иди сюда. Что такое? 14 секунд осталось? Я не успеваю. Блин, а я уворачивался зато. Блин, не успел я за 14 секунд.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a traveling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service. Historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters
Ну ты ему не говори об этом.
about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret.
Да давай быстрее, пожалуйста.
No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
На какую нахрен? Ага. Значит, мне надо сейчас вот так вот. Ой! Сорян, не то. А где она? А как мне бросить? А, вот так.
My word! Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
И что надо здесь?
Revelio. Accio. Levioso.
Так, а что мне здесь делать? Что мне сделать-то надо?
Levioso. Accio.
Perhaps a spell might help us here.
Возможно. Ну-ка, дай-ка. Дай-ка я вот так вот.
Reparo.
Точно не оно. Ну-ка, верни. Погоди, дай-ка мне.
Incendio.
Нет.
Lumos. Levioso.
Какое заклинание-то нужно?
Accio.
Погоди. Если я исчезну просто.
You got the mallow sweet to work. Now, what to do about these pyres?
Incendio! Levioso! Accio! Revelio!
Чё? Мне раз, два, три их только, да? Их только 3. Все, я устал. Что делать? У меня не так много заклинаний, что делать-то? Опа, стоять, что это такое? Что она сказала, я пропустил? Что сделать-то, мать? Подскажи, пожалуйста. Ну-ка, что там за значки? Я не знаю, что делать. Какое? Ну, поближе подойду.
The flames make the pyre sink.
Делов-то, ё-моё. А, поговорить опять. Ну, конечно. Давай поговорим.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade, should you need more.
Я понял.
I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Взаимно.
And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Так. Давай дружить будем.
Hello. Can I help you?
Oh, thank goodness. Yes. My name is Grace Pinch Smedley. Of the Bath Pinch Smedleys. I was hoping someone would come along soon. I was about to defy my father's wishes and would never have forgiven myself. You see, I need to retrieve something from the bottom of the lake. Might you be the one to help me?
Я сейчас всю воду подыму. А ты по дну пройдешь, заберешь и вернешься. Давай.
Precisely the response I'd hoped for.
What do you need help retrieving?
Years ago, my grandfather, who fancied himself quite the astronomer, set sail from Hogsmeade Station for what was meant to be a quick stargazing cruise with my grandmother. They never returned.
I'm so sorry. What happened to them?
We can't be sure. We only know that neither they nor their boat made it back to shore. They were presumed drowned. Father was so distraught that he forbade our family from setting foot on or in the Black Lake ever again.
Но сейчас-то мы здесь.
A treasured family astrolabe vanished with them that night. If you could dive down and retrieve it, I may be able to bring my father some peace.
It sounds dangerous, especially for something of mere sentimental value.
I understand. But I'd be forever grateful. Of course, you may discover much more than the astrolabe. Anything else you found would be all yours. I've cross-referenced the vessel's last alleged location against the lake's topography, depth charts, and tide schedule. My best guess is that it's just over there, about a furlong from the dock. It would be wonderful to have my grandfather's astrolabe back. I do hope you find the astrolabe. It would mean so much to our family.
It sounds as if her astrolabe is just northeast of the dock. I should dive down and see.
Ну и до чего это дело? Для какого я это дело? Как нырнуть?
This must be where the Pinch Smedley family astrolabe is.
Ну, а как нырнуть? А, во. Хайс искать. Сейчас я ничего не нашел. Вон еще что-то, да? Давай здесь искать будем. Что нашел? О, а может что там еще надо? Подожди, дай-ка еще здесь что-нибудь нырну. Ништяк. А здесь что? Тюрбан. А здесь что? А здесь больше ничего нет? Ну ладно. Так, каких-то штучек поискали, нашли. Возможно, надо будет это все продать. Тюрбан я точно носить не буду. На кой он мне? Ты мне шмотки постираешь потом?
Hello, Grace. I followed your bearings on a dive in the Black Lake.
Oh, how incredible! Did you find the astrolabe?
Да.
I did. I hope it makes your father happy.
It will. I can't wait to see his face. Thank you so much for doing this for me, and for my family. You do well to keep an eye out for more spots to dive. A diver of your caliber is certain to find all sorts of things down there.
Ладно.
Thank you again. And I do hope you keep diving. You certainly have a knack for finding treasure.
Так. Куда мне теперь надо? Мне надо Хогвартс. Карта Хогвартса. Здесь рядышком. Что-то не совсем рядышком-то, алло. Да ё-моё, опять эту капусту выкинул. Ой, ужас, так. Пошли в зелье варенье. Куда бежать? Аккуратнее, там капусту выкинул. Загрызет же.
Shouldn't there be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade?
Professor Black would never allow it. It would make him look suspicious.
Ты чё, храмуля, где был?
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect.
А рецепт дашь?
You will begin this term by brewing a Wiggenweld potion.
О, нужен, кстати.
Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal
ХПшечки
a
поправить.
variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own.
Страница 528.
Need it. Please begin.
Вся же школа с 500 страниц, фу, блин, 500 и плюсом страниц начинает.
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
Что надо делать?
Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze
No,
will
no.
be disastrous.
Половничком еще помашем, да? Так. Отлично, что еще добавить?
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir.
Ну, все докопается до меня. А я все уже сделал.
Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients.
Хорошо.
Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of...
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary
Ну, тогда и пройти
opportunity.
тогда, блин.
You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes. We met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular.
Ну иди занимайся, да, я...
I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped.
Понятно.
I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Чувствую, сейчас я отхвачу, блин. Так. Оп-оп-оп-оп-оп-оп. Так, ладно. Ты кто? Яйца? Давай яйца. У него одно осталось, блин, я последнее забрал. Опа. 64 денег. Тут что? А ну-ка-ка. Есть что? Ну ладно, все, я пошел.
Remember, precision is key when brewing potions.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Тихо ты.
Brilliant! Thank you. This is going to take a moment to brew.
Ну все, сейчас он
You should
спалит.
get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Так. Давай. Что надо сделать? Пусто, и чё? А как мне приготовить-то? Прикольно. Это как раньше в этих телефонных играх. Время постройки 4 недели, там, 82 часа, там. Сидишь, ждешь, когда здание построится. Ну все, у меня пазл есть. Все, назад.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah! Get it! Not again. Oh, no! Dragon Dog! What happened?
Да.
What now, Mr.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot.
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. Accomplice will answer to me as well.
Какого хрена? Я же ничего не сделал.
I brewed an Adura's potion as you asked,
I'm
Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
Ё-моё. Ну, давай извинимся.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master.
Я на его не претендую.
In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Хорошо. На сегодня все.
I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day.
Ты что, можешь в лобешник зарядить раз?
Expecting that literally to blow up in my face. It was rather brilliant, though. I'd better clean up. You should finish brewing your potion if you haven't already.
Когда, блин, тебе в следующий раз? И капусту под ноги подброшу, понял? Что надо делать? Да ё-моё, у меня все по привычке, что тап этот. Ой. О, отлично, пошли. Я так всю капусту сейчас раскидаю. Куда идти-то? Долго? Нормально. О, почти безголовым ником. О, я его помню. Точно. Где ты, братишка? Ну-ка. Это же призрак, да, сейчас будет? Или реально сейчас тип почти без головы подойдет такой? Здорово. Стоять. Ну ладно. О, найс. Еще одну штучку обнаружил.
It's me, Garrett. Do you have a moment?
You there? Yes, you.
О.
I wonder if you might come with me for a moment.
Здорово, мужчина.
Who wants to see me, sir?
Yes, Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington, at your service.
Nice to meet you, Sir Nicholas.
I know about the book you found and its missing pages. I may be able to help. Follow me, if you will. It's not too far.
Wait, how do you know about the book? And that it's missing pages?
Word gets around amongst the ghosts. You were spotted with Mr. Sallow in the restricted section. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
Да, весь замок знает, а ты никому не скажешь. Молодец. Слухи-то быстро расходятся.
This may be a leap, but I believe I know who ended up with those pages. I'd be happy to take you to him, if you'd be so kind as to perform a small favor for me along the way.
Хватит сквозь меня ходить.
Small favor in exchange for getting those pages.
Yes, it's nothing really. I'd be grateful if you could simply go into the kitchen and procure a little rotten roast beef.
Ну и все, я пошел.
I beg your pardon. Roast beef. Rotten roast beef.
That is correct. Rotten roast beef. If one floats through it just right, one can almost taste it.
Ugh.
Опа,
I
стоять.
suppose I can do that. But why me?
It's simple, my young friend. I cannot carry it.
Мы сейчас на кухню следуем, да, получается? Ты меня провожаешь. Постой на шухере, пока сундучок взорву.
If you'd be so kind as to collect the roast beef, I shall explain everything else in due course. Ah, here we are. Tickle the pear and head on in.
Did you say tickle the pear?
Yes, in the painting. I'll wait right
Опа,
here.
еще одна.
I'm already imagining sweet aroma of rotten roast beef.
Почему я prям...
A student never will understand students. What could they want? Delicious food. Found themselves a bit peckish likely. Certainly not.
Смотря, мужики, мне надо какое-то мясо протухшее, что ли.
Here's some beef, but it's not rotten. I'd best keep looking.
Опа.
Ugh, there's a disgusting smell. I must be getting close.
Oh, a student? What a treat! What can Finky get for you? A pumpkin pasty? Perhaps some Welsh rabbit?
Sounds lovely, but what I really need is this rotten roast beef.
Ah, Nick sent you, didn't he? Please help yourself.
Давай, спасибо, спасибо, спасибо.
Finky supposes Nick's tired of loitering about, simply to experience the faintest memory of the taste of food.
It was nice to meet you. Thank you for the beef.
Happy to help, and to meet you as well. Please give Nick Finky's regards.
I've gained a new appreciation for breakfast.
Это там выше меня, да, походу, этот?
Ah, you're back. No trouble, I take it?
Not at all. Finky sends her regards, along with the rotten roast beef.
Ah, glad to hear it. Kind elf for Finky. Now, let's get that beef to Sir Patrick Delaney Podmore, and you'll be one step closer to finding those.
Ты сейчас мне квест какой-то тут организуешь, да?
Rather cryptic, Sir Nicholas. What's going on?
Terribly sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sir Patrick organizes the Headless Hunt, a group of headless ghosts who gather for various, headless activities.
Headless activities?
Yes, you'll see. Anyway, I don't know how, but a member of that hunt, Richard Jackdaw, had the pages when he was alive. My plan is to take the rotten roast beef to Sir Patrick so that he'll allow me, us, to engage with the hunt and speak to Jackdaw. Shall we?
I thought the rotten roast beef was for you.
It is, in a way. You see, I've been trying to gain access to the hunt for quite some time. Offering the beef to Patrick may help me in that regard.
Ну давай, погнали, ладно.
Also helping you.
Very well. I'd like to meet Sir Patrick myself and see this headless hunt.
Ah, wonderful. You won't regret it.
Угу. Опять успел прочитать подсказку. Кто-то успел прочитать. Нормально вы здесь развлекаетесь.
Do stay behind me. It's Sir Patrick we want.
Oi, Nesta, look who's here.
What have we told you, nearly headless Nick?
Hello, Sir Ramsay. Do let us pass. We've brought a little something for Sir Patrick.
Probably come to try to beg his way in again.
Do they always talk to you?
Смех прикольный.
All in good fun. Once Sir Patrick lets me join the headless hunt, I'll be right there with them. This offering is sure to win him over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
Rest assured, you'll have your information from young Jackdaw in no time. Wherever he may be.
What I'd give for a flagon of mead or a nice leg of lamb right about now. Then this party would be complete.
Ну-ка, а мы тебе мясо принесли.
How about the next best thing, Sir Patrick?
Ah, Sir Nicholas. And a student. Who let you in?
We brought you a gift.
This is all very suspicious. What do you really want? As if I need to ask.
It's Richard Jackdaw. Where can we find him? May we speak to him?
Jackdaw, eh? Why, here he is now. What a shame. Without his head. I bet you've always wondered what that's like, eh, Nick?
Sir, you jest.
It's bound to be around here somewhere. Probably being used in a game. If you find it, I give you my permission to speak with him, my young mortal. It's the least I can do for you for bringing this putrescent gift home.
Sir, there's another matter I wish to discuss with you, if I may.
Tut, Sir Nicholas. How many times do I have to tell you? Our entry requirements are quite clear.
But, sir,
we aren't the headless except for a little bit of tendon hunt, after all. Now, please, follow me, and I shall...
Пойдем, пожалуйста, уже хватит. Сэр Николас, давайте вы попозже в этот вопрос поднимете.
Farewell, my young friend. Perhaps your luck with these chaps will be better than mine.
Давай, на связи. Куда мне идти? А, там люмусы идти надо будет, да?
It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now.
Там был люмус. Ну-ка. Там был люмус. Ой, это не люмус. Вот люмус.
Lumos.
Он на страничках показал люмус, и надо идти.
A fine night for revelry. If the headsman could only see me now.
Или не надо?
Who will be next to play our little game of hide and seek amongst the pumpkins?
Hello again. Can you help me?
Ah, Sir Nicholas's young friend. Has he abandoned you?
Нет, не бросил.
I need to speak to Richard Jackdaw. Sir Patrick said his head might be around here somewhere.
Indeed it might be. It is a bit unorthodox to include a mortal.
Надо сыграть.
But if you do wish to speak with him, oh, why not? You can speak with Jackdaw if you can find his head amongst these pumpkins. Not just once, but 5 times. Good old Dumfrey will move the head to a different spot each time you find it. Those are the rules. What say you?
Ну а что делать? Давай, сыграем.
If that's what I need to do to speak to Jackdaw, I'll do it.
Marvelous! Of course, a mortal holding a wand has an advantage over us ghosts. You can simply blast away to your heart's content. Remember, the game's not over until you find him 5 times.
Обалдеть.
Begin! Cast away until you find him.
Who would have thought a mortal would be so good at this? I've almost got
Ой.
Discovered already? Looks like we need to find another pumpkin to hide in, eh, Jackdaw?
Whatever you say, Dumfrey.
Lumos.
This is not my finest moment.
You're sure to find him.
I'm glad I won't be the one to clean up this mess.
Не просто же тыкву надо фигачить, да? Не буду особо разговаривать, подожди, мне надо.
Young Jackdaw's no match for you.
It won't be long now. You'll find him.
Опа.
Well, good job on some
Oh, what fun! A student is playing.
Who would have thought a mortal would be so good at this? You've almost got him.
Ну, подвигайся.
I've never seen it played like this. How delightful.
Хорошо. Сюда иди. Да.
You make this look easier than it's supposed to be.
Lumos.
I've never seen it played like this. How delightful.
Кто шевелился где?
A student is playing.
Я нашел, кстати, еще кое-что.
Revelio.
О.
Is it over yet?
Здесь была.
It won't be long now. You'll find him.
Да блин. Вот она. Вот она, вот она, вот она. Так, и еще. А вон тыковка какая интересная. Все, нашел. Где он?
Having a wand served you well. Still, I believe congratulations are in order.
Not too bad for a mortal. Now, say what you need to say to old Jackdaw here, hmm? You've earned it.
Nicely done. But what's going on? You're not a member of the Headless Hunt?
No, I'm not. Sir Nicholas said you might know the location of some pages I'm looking for.
Merlin's beard. I know precisely the ones you mean. I pinched them from Peeves. How could I forget? The map on those pages led me to my demise. I was not ready for what awaited me in that cave. The pages are likely still mouldering away with my, remains.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a final adventure,
Понятно.
I must confess.
The pages are why you lost your head. And I must visit a cave and search for your corpse.
Yes. You'd think a decapitated ghost would get used to the word corpse. Say, here's an idea. Why don't you meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you where to go.
Отлично.
I need those pages, so I suppose I'd better meet you. Thank you.
Not to worry. I'll just need to be reunited with my body first. But Dumfrey can handle that. See you at the forest's edge.
Отлично. Так. Что у нас здесь? Исследование. Что это такое? Так. Опа. Еще пропустил что-то. Вот это. Да что тут еще-то? А, блин, вот еще. Угу. Общий прогресс 5%. Замечательно. Так. Коллекции. А, этих, да, загасил. Пойдет. Угу. Еще. Ништяк. Хорошо. Чё мне дали? Да зачем мне? Пускай будет. Ля, плащ какой. Не, сорян, такие очки я не хочу. 17, 16. Не, мне прическа моя интересна. Пускай смотрит на мою притчу. Так, ладненько. На этом заканчиваем. Такая нудненькая немножко серия вышла. Опять больше разговоров, чем действий. Походу она так и будет. Ну ладно. Сама по себе игрушка-то вроде ничего такая. Интересная на самом деле. В общем, дальше больше. Впереди. Что у нас впереди? Впереди нас ждет еще что-то более, наверное, крутое, интересное. Но я на это надеюсь. Не хотелось бы обламываться на самом деле. Вот, поэтому... Что будет дальше, мы увидим в следующих сериях. А на сегодня прощаемся. Всем спасибо. Всем пока.